Hey guys, welcome to Alone in the Dark. So, I know I said I was gonna play Resident Evil, but I really wanted to try this game. So usually I try to play these games without the first update, just to see what they screwed up, what they didn't screw up, what the games are like. But in this case, I heard the glitches are some game-breaking glitches, and there are a lot of them. So I went ahead and installed the update for it. 26 gigabytes. They said they fixed like 90 issues in the game, so oh boy, it sounds like it was a mess before they released that patch. Yeah, usually I try to play the games in their basic form just to see what it's like, but in this case it sounded like it was going to be way too difficult of an experience. Like you could get stuck in a lot of areas thanks to some glitches, so I went ahead and updated it. Let's see if we can put the subtitles on. Copyright music enabled. Yeah, let's turn that off, because we don't want to deal with any copyrights on an Alone in the Dark video. Are you kidding me? It's bad enough with Konami Metal Gear. I don't want to deal with that right now, so we'll just hear the regular music. Is the music too loud or not? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's a little loud. I'm gonna set it at 8. Depending on how loud it is in-game, I'll adjust it later. Everything else should be fine. We're gonna do standard difficulty because I have never played an Alone in the Dark game. I know this is very different from all the others. It's a remake of the first one, but camera shakes. We might need to adjust that depending on how bad it is. I really don't like the style of camera that Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles did with that camera shake, so depending on how bad that is, we might have to adjust it, but we'll leave it be for now. Got performance quality. As always, we're gonna go with performance because we don't want the game to run at like 20 FPS. So what's miscellaneous? Share usage data. Okay, seems like we're fine for now. Camera sensitivity, yeah, we're gonna try all this stuff out and see how bad it is. We can adjust it later. So let's play the game. This is my very first Alone in the Dark game. Never played any of the PC games. I've never played any of the sequels on the PlayStation consoles. All I've seen is just a playthrough of the last one. What was it called? Inferno? Something like that. The really bad one from the PS3, 2008. Which is more like a meme game than anything. So I have not seen anything else from Alone in the Dark. I know the basic premise, but that's about it. So let's get started. Let's see what it's like. Got 4 choices: easy, standard, hard, or new game plus. Obviously we can't do new game plus yet until we beat the game. Let's go with standard. It's always best to go to the standard difficulty first. Guidance. Let's see. Modern. Extra help provided to make the experience smoother and easier. Include hints and helpful highlights for those who want to figure out everything for themselves. No extra systems to guide the player. I don't know, should we go old school or modern? Okay, so you can switch it to the options menu. Guess we'll go modern, because the thing is, I don't really know what type of puzzles Alone in the Dark usually does. I've played a lot of survival horror games, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame, etc., but I've never played this series, so I don't know how challenging the puzzles actually are, so we'll just go with modern. Whatever. We can always switch it. Oh, look at that bullfrog. I already adjusted the brightness so that it's not too dark. I saw that it was looking really dark in like the little image of the catacombs they give you. Look at that old school car. I really gotta get back to Alan Wake 2 and a whole bunch of other games that I want to finish, but I really wanted to at least start this just to see what it's like. Usually I don't start games I don't start
So,
new
your
games on the
uncle.
weekend.
What's wrong with him?
He's possessed.
As in the devil?
Something like that. He says a dark man is following him, watching him at all times.
What do you make of it?
It's nonsense, of course, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. You see, it runs in my family.
Possession?
No, Detective. Deteriorating melancholy. Practically every member of the Hartwood family is driven mad before they grow old.
Yeah, usually I don't try to start new games on weekends because I'm not going to be able to record tomorrow, but
But
like I
Jeremy
said, I
didn't
really
kill
wanted to check this
himself.
game out.
Is that why he's at Derceto?
Despite being convinced that he is truly possessed, he decided to put his last chips on Dr. Gray and his psychoanalysis, figuring he might stumble upon some cure.
You mentioned the letter.
I received a disturbing letter from Jeremy accusing the staff and all the other patients of being involved in some cult. And now they are also out to get him.
Could it be real? Or is it all just in his head?
It's a story he tells himself, Mr. Carnby. Anything to avoid the truth.
Which is?
That we're all terribly insignificant. That people mean so very little to one another. That there is no one out to get Jeremy Hartwood because he isn't worth getting.
Here we are.
That's not always true. Someone always has a grudge against you, even if it's a minor one. And obviously this is a horror game, so we know all that cult stuff is true. There's no
My
doubting
uncle's
that.
not well, Mr. Carnby. I want to make sure he's all right.
Then what's my part in this? You couldn't get a cab?
I just wouldn't feel safe going alone.
Does she looks slightly different from her
Did you bring
image
a
in
gun?
You think it'll actually come to that?
the PS5 menu?
No. But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
What exactly are we gonna do when we find Jeremy?
I don't know. Let's just find him first.
So that's David Harbour. Good old Viking Santa Claus himself. That's what I know him best from. So you can either choose him, Edward Carnby, or we can choose Emily Hartwood, Jodie Comer. I don't know what she's from. I always forget what she's from. We're actually going to pick her. I always like picking the female character first. We can do the male later on. I don't want to play as big tough Carnby right now. I want to be the lady. So we're going to go with Emily Hartwood. We'll do Carnby's side later on. I heard they meet different characters and stuff. So it's not all the same like Resident Evil.
Hello?
It's so
You know,
quiet.
Like the remake of
Where
the
is
second
everyone?
game.
This is a big place. Maybe they're on the other side of the house.
Stay here. I'll have a look.
Yeah, with despite supposed to be being two different, completely different scenarios, a lot of what Claire and Leon do is basically the same thing. But I've heard this is actually very different for each character depending on who you pick. Also, she has a gun too. Looking at the laptop, it still seems kind of dark, so I might have to adjust it even further. But at the same time, I don't want to mess too much with the audio, because otherwise it'll, not the audio, the brightness setting, because otherwise it'll take away from the atmosphere of the game. What do we have? What do we have here? Big game rifles. So I'm deep into this generation of game. I still have no idea what motion blur actually does. Like, what is that useful for? Because I see it on every game, from Spider-Man to Resident Evil to pretty much everything, even Gotham Knights. And I'm wondering, what exactly does motion blur do? Like, is it really important, or is it something that we can turn off?
What's this?
What do we get? Got our first item. Oh, we got a flashlight. Nice. And a key. To the kitchen garden key. Press R trigger to switch your flashlight on and off. Oh, cool. Nice. Some Silent Hill style action here. Okay, so how do we look at the menu? There it is. Oh, look at this. An engagement ring. When I get back, John Marcus, 1918. Is that hers? Are we back in 1918? That's a long way back. Let's see. Kitchen garden key. Jeremy's warning letter. Dearest Emily, Derceto is the prey of evil, and now they are all in it. The staff and the patients are all nothing than a mindless cult set to awaken the bayou. I see now that it was wrong of me to try to survive the madness of the Dark Man. You will also learn that soon enough. Every hour that passes where I deny him his right to my sanity makes it worse for other people I care about. He perfectly staged this world in order to conduct my fall, but I have to fall, Emily. Stay away, my dearest niece. Stay as far away from Derceto as you can. Someday you may understand what I have done. May God forgive me. Farewell, Jeremy Hartwood. So it was a nice try, but obviously it's not gonna... did not work. She still went there anyway. Also, these are all like the extra side missions I guess you have to do. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. I'm not even gonna try. Lagniapes? Lagniapes? Lagniaps? I have no idea. I've never seen that word ever. In all my 38 years, I've never seen that word once. No idea what it means. I guess it's like a ritual or something, but I just no clue. I have zero clue what that word actually means. So I read through the list of stuff the patch fixed in terms of glitches and quality of life settings and all that stuff. It sounds like it did a pretty decent job on it, but it also sounds like the game had a lot of stuff to fix. Like, no game should be coming out with like 90 plus problems. I guess that's why part of why they closed the studio, but at the same time, it was kind of foolish of THQ in order to put an inexperienced studio to make a AAA game. Like, that's not something you do. You know, you give them a smaller project first, then you build them out to a AAA game. You don't do it right away, so THQ has the blame. Do you wish they had an animation for opening keys in video games? Because I know it's Resident Evil, this game, and I think even the latest Silent Hill one, the free, they all have that thing where like the key is floating in midair. It looks like they're telekinetically opening it with their mind. Do you wish they had like an extra animation just showing the person's hands open up the key, you know, so it's not like Ethan Winters is levitating like a bolt cutter in midair, you know? Would you like it if they actually showed you like an animation, or are you fine without it? I kind of wish they'd show us the animation. Oh, she was about to speak. Yeah, I kind of wish they'd show us the animation. It just looks weird. I know it's something to save frames or whatever, or you know, a little bit less programming they have to do, but it just looks weird to see a key opening a door by itself, like the characters lifting it with their mind. You know, like the freaking Jean Grey or Psycho Mantis. I'd rather just them take the extra step and just adding a, you know, an animation of the person's hand actually opening up the door or whatever it is.
Surprised by her own reckless decision, Emily found herself breaking into Derceto.
Oh, who's this?
She mulled over how to present her story in case she got caught, but couldn't think of anything that sounded convincing. She wasn't much of a fast talker. Best to find a way to open the front door and let Detective Conby inside so he can handle the situation.
So it sounds like her whole family bloodline is cursed. And of course, we know Carnby becomes cursed for like 100 years or so. Is that a cat or a rat? Looks like a rat. Oh, look at this. Actually looks kind of nice. So they went for like a very peculiar art style here. It's not quite realistic, but it's also not cartoonish. I don't know. I don't know yet whether it works or not.
Well, I don't think I'll be able to get in there.
Sure you can. Just take one of those heavy things, take that shovel and just bash it in. No need for subtlety. Well, I guess the servants are all still here, so they would become suspicious that they heard somebody breaking into that shed, but never mind then. I forgot it is still occupied. It's just Jeremy who's missing. The other servants are probably still there. Looks like a piece of an ancient tablet or something. So I'm really curious about this game story. I have not read anything about it other than like the very basic premise. Because I heard the original Alone in the Dark was inspired heavily by Lovecraft. As are all horror games, aren't they? Most horror games are all inspired by Lovecraft in one form or another. But the thing about this one is I heard it's really inspired by Lovecraft in the first game. But then by the time you get to the PS3 version, they're talking about the actual devil and stuff like that. So I'm wondering how it's going to be there. Because it's going to be more cultish, you know, like in terms of demons, regular stuff. Or are we going to see some freaky Lovecraftian stuff here? You know, that's not just the devil. It's actually like eldritch abominations and stuff like Bloodborne. Like I assume there's a big difference between the Demon's Souls and Dark Souls series and Bloodborne. One is more like the traditional demons and mythology and stuff like that, and then Bloodborne is pure Lovecraft. Is it going to be the same for this? Oh, I like the little save icon. It's actually a camera. What are you doing, pigeon? I'm also interested in this because I've never seen a game set in the bayou in Louisiana except for RE7. That's pretty much the only one. None that I've played. You imagine a Silent Hill game set in the bayou?
I need the key.
Oh, there she is. She gonna dash. Okay, so that's to reveal items. Because we need a key. Is it in one of these pails? Nope. You ever play solitaire? I used to play it, but that was many years ago. I have not played a solitaire game, not even an online one, in a long time.
This must be older than Derceto. They've built the house around it.
There's our key. Give it a key. I'm betting this tree is evil. If they built a house around it. Damn, she got winded just going around the tree. Well, I guess it is Louisiana, so it's probably like 98 degrees, but still. I know it's sweltering hot, but damn girl, you can't run around the freaking tree. It's like 6 feet. That does not look sanitary. Oh yeah, we got our old liquid courage. That's how we heal ourselves in this game. Apparently we drink. It's like that one segment in Eternal Darkness where strangely enough his name was also Edward, but it was Edward Roivas. Roivias? No, it was Roivas. And his medicine was literally liquid courage, that when you needed a boost, that was what you took. Like when he sees the giant snake monster that comes out of the pit like an eel or like a hydra, and whatever, he takes a swig of the alcohol and he's good again. It's a little too bright, I'm noticing it, but not for the recording, but for my eyes. But at the same time, like I said, the problem is if I make it darker, then once we get to like the catacombs and basements and stuff like that, you're not gonna be able to see what's going on. So I'll keep it like that, and then maybe I'll make it a little darker when I play Carnby, depending on how it goes. So it's a shame this game didn't do well.
I'll just take this.
Because this is old school survival horror, which we desperately need. Yeah, let's switch off that flashlight because we're blinding ourselves right now. So let's just switch that off. We need more horror games like that. Tormented Souls, the newer Silent Hills. So that's why I'm hoping the Silent Hill 2 remake does good. If nothing else, at least maybe it'll inspire some more old school survival horror, because you think the Resident Evil 2 remake would have done it, and not really. Not many games have actually followed suit, so.
Every day your silence weighs a little heavier. It's been a difficult year for everyone, and many have lost all hope. I read in the papers about people suffering. Pictures of dust-covered landscapes without a drop of water. I wish I knew if you were still tending the earth, or if you had turned your back against us. I have started to look for help elsewhere. I pray you will tell me if I am going down a path that you find disagreeable. With help from Baptiste and Charlotte, I found comfort in the practice of the voodoo. I have long been skeptical of that Caribbean cult, but it's been of good use to me. It seems all harmless in my book. I say some words dreamt up by the Creoles, and I carry around a small pocket of gree-gree. Nothing of this is mentioned in the Bible, of course, but the French Quarter priestess tells me it's all connected. She says the Christian God is just one more perspective on the creator of things. That's what I like to think, but the other way around, that the spirits of her faith are just aspects of you, our Heavenly Father. I am so grateful for the words you gave Mr. Hartwood. We will sing your praises at St. John's Eve. The world will be blessed soon again. Only the sacrifices of the Old Testament compare to your demands. Let it be the truth. A mother of earth, wood, and dirt. A mother of 1,000 young.
Sacred sand, $1. Black cat oil, $1.50. Devil shoestrings, a quarter. That makes $2.75, madame.
What was that you were telling the doctor? A goat without horns. What does that mean?
Ah, you must have misheard me, madame. I said no such thing.
Please, I know I don't look like any of you, but I'm devout. I'm ready to do what it takes.
Do not be so eager to sacrifice the few things you have left, madame. Now please, leave my store.
A goat without horns.
Alright, so that's good. We don't have to read the memos. They can read it for us. That's an interesting perspective too. I've seen a couple stories do something with that where, you know, the so-called Christian God isn't really a individual God, it's just like part of the cosmic tapestry. That's an interesting perspective. I was about to say before we stumbled onto that little memo, can you imagine Indiana Jones doing a horror game? I'd pay to see that. A horror-based Indiana Jones games where he's like investigating like some ancient artifact or something like that, and it turns out to be Cthulhu. I'd love to see something like that. Because isn't that like the basic premise of Indiana Jones, that all the religions basically have some truth to them? Like all those gods are basically real, or were real at one point in time. I'd love to see an Indiana Jones horror story. I don't think they've done one, right? Not in print. Certainly not in a TV show or anything like that. No movies, but even though Temple of Doom was kind of horror, but it was still like, it was light horror. It's not really horror based. That way something like Lovecraft is, but I'd love to see a horror Indiana Jones story. That place is probably locked for a reason. She gets tired easily, I'm noticing. Got a pig? More booze. We're gonna be drunk out of our minds. Rat and vermin killer. Rat poison. Okay, so we gotta find... So I'm guessing these aren't side quests. They're more like collectibles. So you gotta find 3 of those.
What was that?
Yeah, non-essential items. Forbidden knowledge, sometimes even more. Okay, so they're collectibles basically. Carry over from game to game. Some says can even be completed without playing both Carnby's and Emily's campaign. Okay, so you can't get them all. So if we're missing one, it's probably not because it's something we missed. It's just something that only Carnby can get. That's interesting. Like I said, it reminds me of a whole lot of the Claire A, Leon B, or Leon A, Claire B scenario of Resident Evil 2. The original one. The one that they kind of screwed up in the remake. I like stuff like that. It gives you a reason to replay the game. You know, if it's not all the same.
Please do not touch the boiler. It is working after all. While the sabotage has caused a leak, only the decorative plate has been completely ruined. Let's wait for Mr. Chance to turn up and he can take a look at the leak. Mr. Waits.
That doesn't look safe.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get burned if we try to pass there. So we cannot do anything with that. And we're missing some pieces of the boiler puzzle. I hope it's not a sliding puzzle. Those things suck. Like the ones in RE4 were the worst. That freaking ass sliding puzzle. I hate those things. Hope it's not like that. Yeah, there's upstairs. What else do we have down here? Speaking of which, I gotta finish my playthrough of Tormented Souls. I've already beaten the game once. It's just purely for fun. But I was going through it a second time on the PS5 just to see. Really gonna finish that. Hoping the game comes out this year. We're supposed to get the sequel. Crescent City. We're supposed to get Tormented Souls 2, but they haven't shown anything besides this, a few screenshots and a trailer, so...
I need the key.
Okay, so we're done down here. We can't get anything else. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can get. Okay, we came from over there, right? So what's in here? Oh yeah, the boiler. We need to fix that. So I guess we have to head upstairs. I've heard this game is about 7 hours long, so it's not too bad. It's not too long. Just about the right length for this sort of game. That's locked. Get an old-fashioned toilet. Marvelous science. Books are obsolete. Yeah, right. It's funny how those... I'm guessing those are real gadgets that people thought they were gonna become all the rage. I guess, like, looking at those little tiny books with those glasses. I guess the concept makes sense, you know, if you can fit all the text onto that tiny paper, you don't really have to carry a whole gigantic book, but it really didn't work. What did I even call that? Like lithograph? No, not lithograph. Those are the collectibles. Microfilm. That's what I'm thinking of. Microfilm. Where you can still go into like the libraries and look up old newspaper articles for like the 1800s and stuff like that on microfilm. They've been preserved in that format. The old sign of the cross. It's in here. More booze. God damn.
Sunday, June 22nd. I spent all day looking for Jeremy. I should have cared for the others, but I'm scared that he will do something irreversible. Cassandra is upset that I didn't give her the latest shipment of pain medication that Waits brought from the post office yesterday. I would have given it to her, but the company didn't send a new key this time around, so the box is just sitting there on my desk. They must have figured we had plenty of their gimmicky keys by now. I only remember seeing one lately. Grace was playing with it inside the grand parlor. Unless it turns up by itself, it will have to wait. I have to figure out where Jeremy is. I think Jack knew something. That dog of his found a strange rot permeating the house. She's showing us, he said. Like those blots and streaks of fetid rot was talking to him.
Sounds like the hotel from The Beyond. The Lucio Fulci movie. Where they killed that one sorcerer there and like the whole hotel was possessed. So we need a key for that. Derceto floor plans. Oh, look at this map. It's like the Silent Hill one. That's kind of useful. There's one thing I don't like about the Tormented Souls map is the fact you have to switch it on the using the right trigger.
This?
And it's not live, so like it doesn't really show you exactly where you are at one point. It just shows you the basic layout, so you still have to guess where you are. Hold center button to open up the map. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. So locked door would be the ones with the lock, obviously. Haven't come across one of those just yet. Bolted door. We got a bolted door. I got a blocked door. She said the grand parlor, so yeah, we gotta find a way into the grand parlor. So we gotta find a way to undo that bolt. Oh, Pooh's, a magazine of fine literature and fine arts. Or is it Opuz? It's got a skull on it. That's blocked. Guess we gotta go upstairs. Oh, we got the library. What's this?
I need
Yeah,
the key.
that one's locked. That one's locked. We needed a piazza key.
It's wet shut. It's wet shut.
Okay, so there's something blocking the door. Like how they're building up towards the first monster. You're not really getting a lot of action right away. It's more slow paced. Definitely Resident Evil inspired. Oh, we do have the piazza key. So where's the piazza then? Let's see.
It's wet shut.
There we go. There's the piazza key. Can we open up this one too?
I need the
Nope.
key.
Get the feeling this this manor is gonna turn very nasty soon.
Whoa.
Is that the front door? Let's see. Where are we? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, we can let him in.
I need the key.
That's the reception area. Got a rubber stamp.
I need the key.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. There's no one in there.
The Great Depression. President Hoover raises tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods in an
Whoa.
act to protect American labor.
That's a lot of
Following the
text.
collapse of the Wall Street stock market on October 24 last year, American industry has suffered greatly. Thousands of companies have gone bankrupt and left a large part of the American workforce unemployed. In an attempt to turn the tide, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act has been signed by President Herbert Hoover. By regulating commerce with foreign countries, the government hopes to encourage the industries of the United States to compete with cheap foreign imports. Superstition on rise. New Orleans voodoo stores and spiritual mediums see increased profit during troubled times. While the market has faced hard times ever since Black Thursday of last year, voodoo doctors and snake charmers see significant rise in number of customers. With the coming Eve of St. John on the 23rd, the police expect increased cult activity around Bayou St. John, the southern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Voodoo rituals in that area on the Eve of St. John have a long tradition reaching back to the first snake worshippers brought as slaves from West Africa. During the 19th century, its practice was popularized by the legendary Marie Laveau and has since been embraced by many of the Creoles and the surviving aristocracy of the French Quarter. Author seeks asylum. Rumors regarding author Cassandra Beauregard making Derceto her home verified. Derceto Hospital is an old plantation building on the eastern shores of Lake Pontchartrain. While often considered an asylum for the insane, residing Dr. Elmore Lee Gray prefers to think of it as a convalescent home, a place where you can go to rest. The patient list is kept secret, but thought to include many of the black sheep of wealthy families, because at Derceto, treatment does not come for free. Local author Cassandra Beauregard has now been confirmed by her own admission. She's been lauded as a powerful Creole voice and written many successful books. Lately it was reported from Hollywood that she has finished a moving picture manuscript titled Slaughter Gulch. That film is set to hit the theaters next year.
Damn, that's a lot of text. It's neat that they have voiced memos for all the memos, but goddamn, it's a lot of stuff. I don't think we needed to know all of it. I've heard Marie Laveau haunts the above ground cemetery. What is it? Cemetery number 9 in Louisiana, in New Orleans. Casemate number 9. Is that what they call it? Or at least she used to be before the whole area got destroyed by that hurricane. Is that bear gonna come to life eventually? Here we go. Yeah, let's let Carnby in.
Wait, don't!
Excuse me? Do you know where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Of course not.
McCarthy, what are you doing? I told you not to lose sight of the girl.
Don't you worry, Mags. I'll find that little rascal.
Who are you people? What are you doing here?
I'm sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. His name is Jeremy Hartwood.
What are you doing, child? You shouldn't be alone. Go find McCarthy.
Who are you? Are you here for the Fay Dodo?
Go upstairs now.
My name is Emily Hartwood. I'm the niece of Jeremy Hartwood. This is Detective Carnby.
The police? Why are you here?
No, I'm a private investigator. Sorry to bother you. My client's worried about her uncle. He's a patient here at Derceto. If you don't mind, could you direct us where to find him?
No, I can't. Jeremy has gone missing. If you leave your information, I will make sure to contact you.
Wait, he ran away?
No, he won't leave the house. He's around here somewhere, and both of our orderlies are looking for him.
That's unacceptable. Where's Dr. Gray? I want to speak with him immediately.
Fine, I'll ask him. Wait here and don't touch anything.
2 whole orderlies for a mental hospital. Yeah, they're not covering up something.
See Jeremy's room?
Can you show us?
Follow me.
That little girl is evil, isn't she? She's probably like some type of demon in human form. Oh yeah, there's the area from the demo with all the statues. Those are some nice boots she has. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. That grumpy old woman with her attitude.
Thank you. Strange kid.
Yeah, that little girl's plotting.
Let's
that
look
ain't no
around,
kid.
see what we can find.
We play too many horror games and watch too many horror movies and shows to fall for that. That thing's not a kid. Probably got to fight her at some point. Okay, so we need a key for the trunk. Locked box. Wow, we need another puzzle piece for that. God, we already got 2 sliding puzzles. That sucks. I hate those type
Every
of
night
puzzles.
the dark man stands opaque at the threshold of my room, counting the days until my spirit spills out of my tired shape. Only his pallid mask shelters my remaining sanity. Staring directly into the face of that demonic sultan would surely sunder time itself. Would he have looked the same to my father as he struggled for his life? Does his veiled face haunt my niece quite the same way? I wish so that I could rest my soul in that sunburnt convent of Teruel. Would I find you there, Juan? Or Senora Perosi, back from the beyond? Every night I hide from him, moving from one misshapen memory to another. Scenes conjured out of fantasy and delirium. Places I struggle to even paint. I wish I understood your death, Senora. Is there anything I could do for you but bury you in that bleak necropolis? That triumphant chapel rising above the ledges and the oven vaults shall be your sepulchre. where you may rest, and I shall weep.
It's actually the name of a Silent Hill homecoming monster, Sepulchre. I think it's actually the very first one that we fight, the one with the giant hands that comes out of the ground like a tree. So that masked, oh, there we go, there is a painted tile. So that masked being is basically the one from the intro menu. The one picture on the cover. Or not the cover, but you know, like the little image that, the little image you have when you start the PS5 and you see the game menu.
I found a commonplace book.
What's that?
A notebook with all kinds of stuff in it. Do you know a place called Tarawea?
Never heard of it. Is it close?
I've no idea. Just seems like it was a place Jeremy wanted to visit.
Good to know.
God, I hate sliding puzzles. I hate them. Well, at least we can pick this one up. That's way better than having to do it manually like Resident Evil. At least we can pick it up. You know, it's not so bad in that case. There we go. Switch these around. There you go. Give me that letter. Or watch, whatever it is. Yeah, that's way easier than the Resident Evil 4 one.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Looks like a talisman.
You mean like this one?
That's a creepy painting.
Can you find me a knife to cut the canvas? I want to take this with me.
You want to take the painting? Sure, I'll find one.
It's like that painting in the Lovecraft story, Pigman's Model. You stare at it and you go insane. Just like in the Del Toro show too. Oh yeah, look at, I see them moving.
I found this tube as well. Should keep it safe for you. Do you want to carry it or should I? Miss Hartwood. Emily?
I'll
Looks
take
like
it.
she's possessed.
Thank you.
We're done here, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know how to do any of this.
Listen, I think we should talk to Dr. Gray. He must know something about what's going on around here.
Okay. Let's do that.
So I noticed the frame rate is not really bad like it was in the previews that they released the videos. It looked really bad there.
Come on, I don't want to be here all night.
I guess did they fix it, or was it that bad originally and the patch fixed it? It's actually moving pretty decently right
Detective
now.
Carnby?
Not top tier, but it's moving decently. Damn, Carnby got sucked into another dimension, just like that. Snap of a finger, he's gone. Those statues remind me of the one in Bloodborne and that Romero dungeons, the Chalice dungeons. It's filled with statues like that.
What is this place?
Oh, here we go. We got the fog. It's like Silent Hill. Whenever the fog comes to town, rear stuff grows through. It means monsters are coming. Hopefully we can get one soon and we'll be able to get to a safe point, because it is really hot in this room. I have the fan on, but obviously I can turn on the air conditioner or just ruin the audio. But it is really hot. Like it has it has not gone down in temperature at all throughout the day, so I'm kind of reaching my limit because I was already playing RE2 before this, trying to finish up one of the weekly challenges. Now we got this game too. We're at it. We've been at it for almost 50 minutes, so starting to get a little heated here. Oh, look at that painting of Jesus. What's in here? Oh yeah, that was the same room we were. It does give the game a little bit of atmosphere by having the jazz music. Reminds you of New Orleans. Very unique score so far for a horror game. Because usually it will be orchestral music, right? But so far they're using jazz based on the location. Yeah, let's pull out that gun. Just in case we need it. You never know. They're gonna need it eventually. I'm just not sure if it's now or coming up soon. What does it say? The Macabean nightclub? Every Friday and Saturday with 5 bands. Yes, Saturday night with 5 bands. Oh, there we go. There's our first monster. I think the game auto-saves, right? Oh, yeah, we can save. Yeah, let's create one just in case this thing kills us. Or French Quarter. We don't have a melee. We do not have a melee weapon, so we're gonna have to fight it out. Just want to look at the controls. Okay, so we aim with L2. We fire with R2. And then R1's melee. Oh, we can do stealth too. Reload is square. We dodge with the circle. What's stealth? Let's see. Okay, so she just crouches down. That's stealth. Should we just shoot in the back of the head, execution style? Yeah, let's just shoot it. Looks like Swamp Thing. One good shot in the back of the head. Damn. Back off, Swamp Thing. God damn. Oh shit, there's another one? Oh damn, I think we're dead. Are they coming? Oh shit, they are coming.
I can't go that way. This can't be.
Oh, then we got free? Can we kill them or not? Let's see. Got him.
What the
Back
hell
the
was
fuck
that
off,
thing?
Swamp Thing. Gotta fight some more bullets though. Damn, he's still coming. Damn, he followed me all the way here. See if we can outrun him. God damn, she's so slow. I think he's still behind us, right? Ooh. We finally outran him. God damn. These guys take a lot to take down. I thought aiming for the head would have more impact, but no, it didn't really do anything. There's some more bullets. Alright, so at least we got back most of our bullets. Oh yeah, they blocked this off because apparently, I think you could go past it and you will get stuck because you're not supposed to be there. So they blocked it off using the patch. Okay, so that guy's back at the house. He can stay there. He can stay there. No problem with him. Let Swamp Thing stay in the room. We'll be back for him later once we got some type of melee weapon. So it is like Silent Hill. Once the fog rolls in, that's when the monsters come. I think I'm gonna get to the next area and we're gonna save. How can you tell if we're healed or not? Yeah, like how do we check our status? Let's see. Because she's looking battered, but how do we tell? Okay, there we go. Got the little slash mark. Now we can pick up that one. Yeah, that one's like Silent Hill Homecoming's health meter. Which I actually don't like, to be honest. I kind of don't like seeing it on. I kind of don't like seeing it on the screen. It's kind of distracting. Johnny the Conqueror, Roots and Medicine. Farmer's Market, the biggest covered market in Louisiana. Look at that cow. Baseball game, New Orleans Pelicans versus Memphis Turtles. The Turtles don't sound like they would be good ball players. I think you kind of have to run to play baseball. Nope, nothing there. Oh yeah, can we throw a sign at them? Oh, it's a brick. That's where we can throw the brick. The walls are creaking over here in the actual room. Which is funny since there's no wind, so I don't know why they would be making any sound. There's no wind and no rain, so I guess maybe animals moving inside them. I hope not, but that's the only explanation. This looks potentially dangerous down there, so you know, I think we're gonna go to the shop and we're gonna say we're gonna call it a night because we're almost at an hour, which is a nice good length for a video. I know the game is only like 7 hours long, so it's not an overly long game to begin with. But yeah, it's just really hot in this room. Feels like 90, so had to go switch on the air conditioner. Oh, what's in here? More bullets. Hell yeah, give me those bullets. Oh yeah, we got a pipe. Now we can really do it Silent Hill style. Oh fuck. Really? So tap. Yeah, screw you, buddy. Let's hammer him. That did not work out. Yeah, come at me. Oh, fuck, we broke it. That was short-lived. Fuck. I guess it's not one of those magical Silent Hill pipes that you can just kill 500 enemies with it and it never breaks. Damn, they really are Swamp Thing. Look at them. Just made out of roots and plants. Oh shit, there's another one. God, there are more of them? Damn, we should have gone in the fucking shop. There we go. We're gonna save after this cutscene. When in doubt, just trigger a cutscene. It'll save you. Wonder if they'll still be there after the cutscene ends. That's so bootleg, freaking Swamp Thing monsters. Damn, what kind of welcome was that?
Baptiste?
How'd you get here?
I was back at Derceto. Looking for my Uncle Jeremy?
Jeremy's your uncle. I didn't know.
Why would you? You're still working at Derceto?
Yeah, both me and Lotta stuck around. We're real orderlies now. You remember my sister Lotta, don't you?
What happened, Baptiste? How are we here?
You know about the dark man haunting your uncle?
I'm familiar with his mental state.
I think we all in his head somehow. Cause these streets are real, but they're not like on any map. Nah, this is like when you remember something, but in the wrong way.
Do you know how to get back to Derceto? I'm not safe here.
Truer words have yet been spoken, Mrs. Marcus.
Don't call me that. It's Miss Emily Hartwood. There's no reason to call me anything else.
I'm sorry, Miss Emily. I'm just trying to tell you like it is. This place ain't safe for no one. There's evil hiding in the dark.
How do I get back?
Only Jeremy knows how. He has this juju necklace guiding him.
You mean this talisman?
Mm-hmm. Just like it. He says it's been protecting him ever since he got it from Miss Jackson down the street.
You know where it came from? Have you been there?
I was there no more than 1 hour ago looking for Jeremy. Locked it up to keep the ghouls from getting inside. You can have the key if you want.
Alright, we got a key.
Thank you. I'll take a look.
Stay safe, miss.
Do we have to go back out there right away? Can't we hang in here for a few minutes? Oh yeah, we can. Look at them all wandering outside. Not gonna get in here, you bastards. Baptiste keys. There are 3 keys on the chain. One that opens up to Miss Jackson's place in the French Quarter. Then there are 2 belonging to Derceto. One for the clerk's office, one for the library. Okay, so we dealt with 3 Swamp Things pretty much, so look at them waiting out there like suckers. We're gonna save, because this looks like a good place to stop. There we go. Alright, so that is Alone in the Dark. We're in an hour 4 minutes into the game. Starting off pretty slow, but now we're starting to pick up with monsters showing up. I'm curious to see what it's all about, because he said it's like we're in his head. But obviously this isn't Evil Within, so we're not really in his head. It's more like whatever's in his head is manifesting outside. And I'm guessing the ghouls are probably part of that. I'm curious to know what the Dark Man is. What type of entity he is. If it really is more like a traditional demon, or if it's more like a Lovecraft type of demon. You know, something otherworldly, beyond comprehension. The other thing is, they keep mentioning voodoo, which again, like I said, I was on the impression that the original Alone in the Dark was more Lovecraftian than traditional demon type stuff. So I wonder if they're really gonna go heavy into like, you know, regular demon stuff, or is it Are there other forces at work here? You know, is it more cosmic horror like Bloodborne or Eternal Darkness? Really curious to see how it shapes up. I'm also wondering now, because since we're going to play Carnby's section in the second playthrough, I wonder what he saw. Like when he seemed to just disappear into thin air, I wonder if he just like got yanked out of like the real world and then got placed into these streets again. Like I wonder if that would have been when he would first encounter his first monster, when he just goes outside into the hallway and disappears, and then you're just left with Emily can't find him, and it looks like he got sucked into another dimension. I wonder if that's when he meets his first monster and has to shoot it. So the monsters are kind of tough. Like they took a lot of ammo. That definitely bullet sponges. But at the same time, we do have melee combat now. The weapons are so far has been pretty fragile. We've only gotten one, but the not the crowbar, the steel pipe pretty much broke in pieces after just killing that one monster. So I'm really curious to see what weapons they'll give you later on. If you get some better ones that last longer, or if they're always going to be, you know, breakable weapons. Because that's one thing that was done for Silent Hill Origins, which was pretty neat. But the problem is the way they implemented it, the weapons would break too soon. So what you ended up with was basically a scenario where you had to have like 20 weapons on you at all times, because just a few hits would break the axe or screwdriver or pipe, or you know, iron pipe, or whatever it was you were hitting the monster with. So you basically had to keep this ridiculously enormous inventory on you, because the weapons were so fragile that they basically only lasted for 1 or 2 monsters each. So I'm curious to see how they do it here, how they've taken that approach towards the breakable weapons. But yeah, it's interesting so far. Very slow pace so far, but like I said, this is traditional survival horror, so I can appreciate the mood and atmosphere that they're going for. I get what they're going for. I just have to see if with the patch installed and all the glitches and stuff corrected, if it really is a decent game now, or if it's still just mediocre. But either way, if it is mediocre, I only paid like, what is it, like 40 or something? I don't even remember. I did not get this game full price. I got it at a huge discount. So even if it is less than perfect, as long as it's not outright crap, I won't mind, because I got it at a discount, so I'm not gonna complain. You know, it's something new to play that isn't Silent Hill, Resident Evil, or Dead Space, so I'm into it. And the voice acting is really good so far. I like the touches. Even though they go by slowly, I like how they read you every memo, because that's one of the things. Survival horror games tend to have some really long memos sometimes. Like some of those diaries in Resident Evil are 8-9 pages long, you know. And then Tormented Souls has some memos that are like 10 pages long. So that's a lot of reading that you have to do. It helps to have the voice, because not only does it save you time, but at the same time it lets you hear what the person who was writing him sounded like, you know, what the actual character that wrote that memo sounded like, which I always think is pretty decent. Where you can actually hear the person and imagine them in your mind. You can just picture that person writing that memo on that day. That's actually a pretty cool touch that they added. But we will pick this up next time. Probably not tomorrow. We're not gonna have time to record tomorrow. And if I do play anything, it'll probably be to continue further in Bloodborne. But I'm definitely gonna come back to this probably after I record some Alan Wake 2 or Resident Evil 4 Professional Mode, because I also want to get deeper into RE4 Pro mode so we can finish that, and then hopefully start Metal Gear Solid soon, because that game is way overdue. But we did finish RoboCop, so that's one game that's over and done with. I really need to sit down and finish RE3, but that game's at the very end too, so that'll be over and done with probably by tomorrow, and that'll leave us some time to do Metal Gear Solid 1 from the Master Collection. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time on Alone in Dark Remake on the PS5. See you later.